Right, so leave my flat around 2:30. Uni term has started, so I'm having to travel from Nottingham, prioritising a game that we've practically already won in the least prestigious competition that will get me home at past 2 AM above the 47,000 assessments I've got due next week and haven't started yet. Not putting this in the video to flex how much of a proper true blue up the Chelsea fan I am, but to explain to my future self why I ended up 35, single, unemployed and with no social life. Get to the station and get on my train early. I leave my meal deal out on the fold down table in front of me because I absolutely despise the general public with all my heart and hope the threat of sitting next to someone who stinks of beef hula hoops and supermarket sandwich bacon will be enough to scare away anyone from taking the seat next to me. It works a treat as I'm alone for the entire journey. Little life hack there, should there be any other social autistics watching. My seat doesn't have a window, so I'm denied the breathtaking views of the East Midlands countryside, meaning my entertainment was provided by Score Hero and listening to Louis Theroux pretend to know what a true Geordie was. Train gets into St Pancras around 4:30. I head to Bank but get lost inside the station, so come out at Monument. Go find where my mates are drinking, having a few of Philippines' finest lager in a pub I'm not too sure was finished or structurally safe. Finish our drinks and leave the pub. Pick up some beer from Sainsbury's as we head to Liverpool Street to get the train to White Hart Lane, and I get chatting to some Tottenham fans on the way there, telling them that their new ground is shit and beneath the wig, Conte is a wanker. Get off the train and go find the away entrance. I really hate Tottenham's Death Star of a new stadium. It seriously lacks the I'm about to get jumped here feel of the old place, and it's full of unnecessary features, like the lineup being displayed on the outside. Like, what's the fucking point? In case a passerby needs to know if Emil Højbjerg is getting enough game time. I said in the vlog of the league game that it felt like an airport, and security scanners outside the turnstiles vindicated my comparison. We get in just before kickoff, so I nip to the toilet for a piss. Now, I've been going to football for nearly 2 decades, and in that time, my expectation of football fans have sunk very low. I excuse a lot of behaviour that if a regular member of society did, I would never want anything to do with them ever again. But as I walked into the toilets in the away end of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on the 12th of January 2022, I saw a man by the sink with his trousers down and he took a shit on the floor. He actually took a fucking shit on the floor. I'm still speechless. I had to double take. I could not believe my eyes. Like I said, I really do not expect a lot from football fans. I really don't. But being fucking toilet trained, I feel is more than a reasonable line to have in the sand. Look at it as well. It's everywhere. What the hell was he eating? The absolute worst thing was the other Chelsea fans weren't disgusted by this. They were just laughing and put a Tottenham flag over it. Like this was somehow a result for Chelsea. Like, honestly, I thought losing 5-3 the day after my 16th birthday would be my most harrowing trip to Tottenham. But no, turns out this was way worse. I get to my seat, still traumatised by the events in the bogs, but feel better once I see Tottenham are just as shit as they were last week and we're in control of the game. Not too much happens. Until we get a corner, I stop paying attention, look up and see the ball bouncing off the crossbar into the goal and the away end starts to move. A blue pyro goes off a few rows in front and the whole end knows we're going to Wembley at this point. I get pretty bored, so I head down on the 35th minute for a beer, which I manage to spill all over my new coat, trying to carry it through the crowded concourse. The rest of my mates come down at half time and say that Tottenham have had a penalty overturned by VAR, and I'm a bit annoyed that I've missed that. For once, I get back in my seat in time to see the second half kick off. I know it's going to take quite a spectacular fuck up to go out from here. Moore goes through 1-on-1, Kepa tackles him, and for absolutely no reason the ref gives a penalty. We could see from the other side of the pitch it wasn't a foul, but in the end I'm pretty glad he did give it, as watching VAR take away a second penalty away from him was incredibly funny. If that wasn't good enough, Tottenham win the ball high up the pitch, the ball goes to Kane who puts it in, which gives their fans a glimmer of hope. For about 2 minutes until VAR shows that Kepa played Kane offside and we get to laugh at Tottenham again. From that point on, the home end starts to empty out and the away end is having a party. Going to Wembley via a 3-0 aggregate win, away at your biggest rivals, is about as fun and stress-free going to football gets, and I thoroughly enjoyed the final 10 minutes as a result. I'd like to say now that in those final 10 minutes, a fan collapsed in the home end and play was stopped. I don't know what happened, and I don't know if they're okay now, but, you know, naturally my thoughts go out to them, and I hope they're alright. Full time, and Silva and Tuchel are serenaded by the away end, and I start thinking about if we'll get the Sam's Chicken or Chicken World side of Wembley for the final. I have a long, lonely, late, tired train ride back up north, thinking was the 5 hours of travel, the getting behind in my coursework, the long queues out of ground, and of course, watching a man shit in front of me for a game we had already won, and to not really see the only goal of that game, really all worth it. In the words of Tommy Johnson,
of course it fucking was.
It's just a game at the end of the day, though, isn't it?
We're gonna play football.